Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video I'll be talking about the 5 most underrated businesses in Grand Theft Auto Online. Obviously, earning money in any game is a major goal. And I feel like in GTA, the problem is money earning for most players is black and white. It's Cayo Perico Heist and Dr. Dre VIP Contract. And don't get me wrong, the Cayo Perico Heist is a great way of earning money. It is the best way. But we obviously know that now GTA is being extended another 6 months for the latest GTA 6 release. So what that means is now we have another year of playing GTA, grinding, and having fun in the game. So instead of trying to earn every single dollar as fast as you can, have some fun with it. There's great ways to earn money that I think a lot of people underrate, and I'm going to be breaking into those 5 businesses in today's video. The first business we're going to be talking about is vehicle cargo. Vehicle cargo is one of my favorites because, first of all, it's quite fun. Not only do you get to customize vehicles, which might give you the incentive to purchase one, but also vehicle cargo allows you to have very quick earnings, right? You can sell a vehicle. For example, this one I'm going to drive right now is worth $100,000. Now I had to pay $20,000 to upgrade it. So in total, I'm making about $80,000. Now, if I sell in a public lobby, which is what I would recommend to do, you're not only going to make an additional $50,000, so $130K in profits, but you won't have to fight NPCs. As we can see, there are waves of NPCs that spawn on you, and they're going to try and damage your car. You can see here we got another NPC. There you go. Killed that one. Killed that one. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, and there's not much you can do about it, but indeed, there will be waves of enemies that try to damage you. However, you only fight these waves of enemies in a invite-only lobby. So if you do a sale mission, even with one other player in your lobby, you will guaranteed not have to fight those NPCs. And by the way, if you're really worried, you can always go to Ghost Organization if you're in a public lobby. So that's my recommendation. Sell in a public lobby. Not only are you going to get some extra cash, but it's also going to be a much easier sale mission. Usually griefers don't go out of their way to destroy vehicle cargo. And even if they do, the worst case scenario, you're losing 20 grand. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, this is a very fun business, and you can see why. Literally, all I have to do for this sale mission to make 100 grand is deliver this car in 1.3 miles. That's it. There's no extra problems. You don't get cops for any of these sale missions. It's literally a point A to B delivery. And the stealing missions are very easy too. Most of the time you're simply stealing a car and bringing it to your warehouse. Sometimes you have to get cops, sometimes you have to kill people, but in general the missions are very easy. And if you follow the simple trick of getting all the standard and mid-range vehicles, you're guaranteed to only get top-range cars if you only sell top-range cars. So yes, vehicle cargo is a great way to earn money, and by the way, it doesn't take much time. It should only take you about maybe 5 minutes to steal a vehicle and bring it back to your warehouse. And judging that the sale missions take like 2 minutes, that means in total it's going to be 7 minutes of your time. And you can only do one sale mission every 20 minutes. So if you time it out perfectly, you can steal 4 cars in quick succession, and then you'll have an hour worth, actually 3 cars, and then you'll have an hour worth of sale missions, and then in between those sale missions you can do something else. So it's actually a very, very easy way to make money. It pays a lot, as I said. If you're selling in a public lobby, it's 130 grand. We can see there I made 94,000. A little bit of damage because the car got shot, but still, I think vehicle cargo is super fun. The business itself is incredibly cheap, and it pays well. So yeah, not a bad way at all to earn some extra change. This next business might be the most underrated in the game, and that is the Salvage Yard. See, a lot of people consider the Salvage Yard robberies to be the main source of income, but I actually don't believe that to be the case. The robberies themselves pay anywhere from $300,000 to $200,000, and they're not bad, to be fair. Like, for example, this week I can steal the Panthera, which is worth 400K, and it's going to take me around 20 to 25 minutes to do the mission. That's quick, honestly. And it's not bad pay either for the time you're putting in. The missions are fun, especially for a first-time player. The problem is you can only do these 3 missions a week. That's it. Once you're done with these 3 missions, you have to wait till the next Thursday for a new set of missions. But the Salvage Yard has 2 incredible things going for it. First of all, Every month, Rockstar usually allows you to keep a multi-million-dollar vehicle, right? So instead of selling the car for 400K, sometimes Rockstar will let you actually keep the vehicle. And that's a lot of money. I've probably gotten around $6 to $7 million worth of cars in my garage just from using the Salvage Yard robbery claim feature. But then we have the actual reason that this business is great, and that is the fact that you can do tow truck missions. Tow truck missions are legitimately one of the most underrated ways of earning money. Why? Well, first of all, they're quick, right? The average tow truck mission takes 3 minutes. Sometimes if you get one all the way off in Sandy Shores, it can take a little bit longer, but usually if I get one that's all the way off in China, I'll just load into a new lobby. But like this one, it's a 3.6 mile drive, so it's probably going to take me like 5 minutes to go pick up the vehicle and bring it back to my salvage yard. Once you bring the vehicle to your salvage yard, it's going to take 48 minutes, and then it will be dismembered, and a new tow truck mission will be available. You can do 2 tow truck missions every 48 minutes, and then as I said, you have to wait. So when those vehicles get taken apart, you earn around $35,000 for each one, so $70K in total. But it gets even better, because the business also has passive income. Every time you have a car dismantled, it increases your passive income to a maximum of $24,000 every 48 minutes. So let's say you had 2 vehicles taken apart, you get $70K, and then you have your $24,000 of passive income. The best part about this business is that it slowly depreciates in value over time. So that $24,000, if you don't continue doing tow truck missions, will go to $22,000, and then $20,000, and then $19,000, and then $18,000, and then $16,000. It'll slowly go down over time. What that means is that if you do all the math, with the $70,000 you've earned from the first 2 robberies, or the 2 tow truck missions, paired with the accumulation of passive funds, you're going to earn around $300-ish to $350,000 of all the income for about 10 minutes of work. That is absolutely incredible when you think about it, and you never have to lift a finger. So yeah, I think the salvage yard is great. I think it's one of the most underrated businesses. Obviously, you can let me know what you think in the comments, but the ability to not only claim cars, but have super fun robbery missions and the tow truck missions make this business great. Up next, we have the Garment Factory, and this business not only pays a lot of money, but has some great amenities going for it, making it one of the best purchases in the game. First of all, it has a Mark II weapon workshop. Now, this isn't too unheard of, the Freak Shop has one, but it's nice that it gets included. You have snacks right on the front counter here, which is very easy to walk up to, replenish all of your snacks, and the best part about this business is that you don't even have to go onto the computer to access it. You can pull out your phone, go over to the Darnell Incorporated app on the first page, and then immediately log in and be able to start any one of the projects. This here is the black box file. Upon completion, it'll pay me $300,000. Once a week, you have a specialist file, which is worth double the normal ones. But not only that, even the normal payouts are still pretty dang good. You're going to be earning around $200,000 as long as you get the secondary objectives, which are very easy to do. And it only takes about 20 minutes. So you can earn about $600,000 an hour with the Garment Factory. Pair in some passive businesses and you can earn close to $1 million. That's really nice. The business is fun. The actual missions themselves are pretty dang fun. And the best part about the Garment Factory is that it has the Terabyte upgrades. When you walk into the Terabyte, you have the ability to get Bureau Tech. And Bureau Tech allows you to install a master control terminal. This allows you to access the Nightclub and every other passive business apart from the Acid Lab, which you can call Mud on the phone for. So you have the ability to not only use your Terabyte, which has now the Master Control Terminal, only accessible through the Garment Factory, but you also have great missions and the ability to fast travel to different locations throughout the map in the basement, plus it comes with a 10-car garage. All of this for $2.5 million with no upgrades needed. Personally, I think it's a great business, it's a fantastic starter property, and because of that, I got no complaints. Next, that brings us to the Hangar. Honestly, I used to be very against the Hangar, and the reason why is because the method for grinding most efficiently was the 25-25 method. What it involved you doing is you would source 25 narcotics and 25 chemicals. And then once you reached the 50 crate limit, you would sell off one of them, and then you'd go back and forth again, and then you'd be like 35 of one and 12 of the other, or whatever. Eventually, you would get to a point where you just fill your warehouse to 50 of one type. But it took forever to do that, and the hourly income just wasn't that impressive. But since Rockstar has updated PC players to now have the Legacy and Expanded and Enhanced Edition, you'll notice I had a 3-minute and 30-second cooldown on my crate there. If I quit to main menu, and then when I get back to the main menu, I load into story mode, and then I go back into an invite-only lobby, what this does is it removes the cooldown of that crate. And this takes what is a normally very mediocre business to one that's actually pretty good. Because when you fill 50 of one type of crate in your warehouse, you are getting a massive, like 70% bonus on the sale mission. And normally, the only way to achieve that would have to wait 3.5 minutes for the cooldown, or you would have to do that 25-25 method. But now, you don't have to wait for the cooldown, you can simply just keep sourcing the same crate over and over again. So realistically, it's probably going to take you about 5-ish, 6 hours to fill a large, or it's not a large warehouse, it's just a hangar. And in return, you're actually going to be able to sell it for over 2 million, especially if you use the single vehicle land sale missions in a public lobby. So yeah, the hangar has definitely grown on me. If you do this method here, you can earn realistically around $800,000 an hour, which is not bad at all. So I actually think the hangar is a decent business. It is a little boring though, I won't lie. It can get very monotonous, but if you're trying to get some trade price discounts and earn some decent income, this is definitely a way to go, especially without ever having to worry about raids. And that brings us to the most underrated business in the game, the McKenzie Field Hangar. This, at least in my eyes, truly is something that is really underrated. And the reason why is because a lot of people complained about this business. They said the missions weren't fun, that they didn't pay enough for the amount of time it took, but I disagree with all of that. First of all, we can see at the top of my screen here, this is actually a video I posted on how to complete it. And I had a stopwatch at the top. It took me 45 minutes start to finish to complete the entirety of the Titan job and all the setups. And the payment I got was $750,000. So you get $750K for 45 minutes of work. Or you can do the Dr. Dre VIP contract, and at about an hour and 10 minutes of work, plus 2 very annoying long cutscenes, you'll earn $1 million. If you actually do the math, and you do the math correctly, you'll realize that $1 million in an hour and 10 minutes is much worse hourly income than $750,000 in 45 minutes. It's much better hourly income for this business. Not only that, but it's only a 48-minute cooldown before you're able to start up the missions again, and the business itself only costs $1.5 million to buy, making it one of the cheapest properties to purchase in the game. It has no upgrades, and it gives you 20 extra slots for your hangar. So yeah, the McKenzie Field Hangar is a great way of earning money, and it's one of my favorite businesses in the game. Sure, the missions can be a little monotonous, but I can say that for the Cayo Perico heist, I can say that for the Dr. Dre VIP contract. Basically, any heist-like way of earning money can get monotonous. But I do find this a lot more fun because it's new and it's fresh versus spamming the Cayo Perico heist for the 800th time in a row. And the amount of hourly income it makes is fantastic. My recommendation for most players is that once you're done with the Cayo Perico heist and you're on cooldown, load up the McKenzie Field Hangar, do a Titan job run. It'll take 45 minutes, and then you'll earn, $750K, sell some passive businesses, earn some other money here and there, and then you can start up the Cayo Perico heist again. But this is really a fantastic way of earning income. You can see it took me 45 minutes and 30 seconds to complete. And as I said, it pays $750,000 to $770,000, depends how many secondary targets you get. Either way, let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you agree, if you disagree, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please consider smashing that subscribe button. But as always, I just try to make content that's a little bit different, that helps you guys find different ways to earn money and still have fun in the game. If you want to see daily videos, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.